Hello everyone, and welcome to my teaching demonstration of the Joy Luck Club handout, where I will be analyzing the relationship between Su-Young Woo and Jing Ming, also known as June, and they are some of the leading characters in the book of the Joy Luck Club. So the SMART goals I have for this demonstration is I'm going to analyze the mother and daughter differences, similarities, symbolism, and my final thoughts on the pair. So the literary themes I'm going to be exploring is character development, symbolism, and reoccurring themes for Su-Young Woo, who is the founder of Joy Luck Club and the mother of the two lost twins, and the mother of Jing Ming, who is June, and she is the daughter that she has in America. Okay, so at the beginning of the book, we never officially meet Su-Young Woo. She has unexpectedly died, and we are knowing her through the lens of her daughter's experience with her and the memory of the friends who knew her. And it is because her daughter has a new responsibility of traveling to China to meet the mother's long-lost daughters that she was forced to abandon on a road. And also, she is having to replace her mother in the Joy Luck Club, and June is having a lot of self-doubt about this because she herself doesn't feel that she really knew her mother, and she also didn't feel that she was very connected to Chinese culture. So she's going through the conflictions of those reflections, and that's how we know Su-Young Woo. So Su-Young Woo is traditional old world China. She was brought up in China. A war broke out, there was trauma, there was loss, and all of this is very symbolic of her character because she's a very traditional Chinese woman, and she also has trauma, and she also has personal loss. She comes to America, she rebuilds her life. She has another daughter, she gets another husband, she rebuilds the original Joy Luck Club that was built in her hometown. She brings it here, and she keeps her past to herself. And this is a reoccurring theme for Su-Young because in every obstacle, she keeps her traditions with her, and she tries to forge a new path forward. So for Su-Young Woo's traits, she seems like she's very demanding, like she has high expectations, a perfectionist, she likes to suffer in silence, but in reality, that is just part of her Chinese tradition and character. Those are all the differences between her and her daughter, Jing Ming. So Jing Ming is also known as June. She is the main character who introduces her mother's story. Again, we meet her because she is on her way to go meet her sisters and take her mother's place in the Joy Luck Club. And the differences that June has is that she has an American upbringing, she has modern views, and a new world perspective. For June, that's a reoccurring theme because she's having to constantly reevaluate herself with her ethnicity because she is Americanized, but at the same time, she's Chinese. She always feels this cultural disconnection. She's always looking for her identity. She's wanting to belong. And that is very symbolic of the relationship between her and her mother and her and the world. Because although she's Chinese, she doesn't feel connected to Chinese culture. And even though she's her mother's daughter, she doesn't feel like she's connected with her mother either. We also see that she has a lot of low self-esteem. She has a lot of insecurity due to her lack of accomplishments, and this is also part of her character development. So June comes off like she's very rebellious because she feels like she could never be the way that her mom would want her to be. She feels that her mom has high expectations for her and that nothing that she ever does is good enough. And because her mother is traditionally Chinese, her mother sees her daughter's stubbornness as being ungrateful and, in a sense, spoiled. And a lot of that disconnect comes because of the cultural differences between Soon Young is a traditional Chinese woman. So she loves her daughter through that lens. She wants to wish good for her daughter, push her daughter to do good, hope for her daughter to do good. And where she sees it as she's being enthusiastic for her daughter, because June was raised in the US, she sees her mother as pushing her to be perfect, wanting her to be the best. She sees her mother's expectations, not the mother's intentions. And it's because June was raised as an American with American views and understanding, and Sun Yun comes from old world China. Because of this confliction, June always feels that her mother doesn't love her or that she's not good enough for her mother's expectations. In the end, we understand that between them, they have a lot of similarities. They have determined spirits. They are both symbolic bridges between China and America, past and future. They're both resilient in adversity. They have unresolved conflicts with their past. They have a misunderstanding of each other. They have a deep love for family and tradition and desire success for each other's joys. It took some resilience from Su Young to come to the United States and build a path for herself. That's seen when she does the Joy Luck Club, because they make a club where they make it a new year every day and nobody is allowed to be sad. That same resilience you see in June, where she is nervous about taking her mother's place. She has doubts, but she does it anyways. Both of them value family tradition. Both of them want to understand each other. And in the end, they do. They're able to see that they do love each other, because no matter what happens between them, they still wish the best for each other. So my final analysis and thoughts, Su Woon loved her daughter and she wanted the best for Ying Min. But, she did it through her Chinese lens. Her pushing her daughter to succeed was because she wanted better for her. And this authentic motherhood starts way in the beginning of the story when Soon Yoon leaves her two young daughters on the side of the road. She only does it because she thinks that she's going to die and she doesn't want to bring bad luck on her daughters. She wants to give them a chance so that they can live. And she goes down the road and she faints. She thinks she's going to die and she ends up surviving. And even though with that guilt, she still wanted to instill that love into June, which she had here. Likewise, June understood her mother through an American lens. She saw her mother's intentions as demanding, and she aligned that with Chinese culture, with perfection and high achievements, which further disconnected herself from her mother and her own culture. In the end, she was able to see herself through her mother's eyes and also through her sister's eyes. And through her sister's eyes, they were able to see the mother through her. And she finally kind of figured out that they're all united together in their love and in their family. One of the final insights of the symbolism to make this solid is the jade pendant given from Su Young to June. It's a cross between the past and the future. Jade in Chinese culture is a symbol of happiness and good luck. It's a sign of hope from Si Ying and what she wishes for her daughter. June accepts this pendant, and accepting it, she accepts her cultures. She understands her mother's love and intention for her. And she understands that her mom does really want good for her. And through that, she's able to be at peace with her mother's memory and be secure in herself that her mother did love her. So with that, she takes the trip with her father. She goes and meets the sister, and her sisters, her twin sisters. And in each other, they find remnants of their mother. And it kind of ties the end of the book to June being at peace with herself, her culture, her mother, and now the two sisters that she has. So I want to go ahead and invite you to analyze the story a little bit. If what other differences and similarities are seen in the book? Does this aid in strengthening or weakening the mother-daughter relationship? And thank you so much for listening.